A U.S. federal judge is asking the Trump administration to come up with a set of detention guidelines for ICE agents to follow that does not solely include a person's race, their spoken language, or their occupation. And that isn't exactly going over well with the Secretary of Homeland Security.
He's an idiot. I mean, he's frankly an idiot.
Kristi Noem hosting a press conference late Saturday night condemning the federal judge's decision to block certain ICE tactics in Central and Southern California. U.S. District Judge Mame Usi-Mensah Frimpong, who was appointed by former President Joe Biden, released her findings Friday, which she says proves the Department of Homeland Security has been making arrests without probable cause. She also granted 2 temporary restraining orders requested by immigration advocacy groups who say the administration is violating the 4th and 5th Amendments to the Constitution.
We have offered evidence that that they have not disputed, that the federal government has not disputed, that suggests that they are not interested in following the law. All they're interested in is people in handcuffs. And that's what we said, and they haven't disputed any of that.
But Noem says there's no evidence and is claiming outright that the judge in the case is lying.
He made claims that were absolutely false. We are building cases. We are going in on doing our operations and planning them against individuals that we know are dangerous, that are violent, that have criminal activity that they've been involved in, and that's how we're building our cases. So he's making up garbage, filing decisions, and we're going to appeal it and we're going to win.
The U.S. border czar is echoing that message.
The order's wrong. I mean, she's assuming that the officers don't have reasonable suspicion. You know, they don't need probable cause to briefly detain and question somebody. They just need reasonable suspicion, and that's based on many articulable facts.
Holman says ICE officers go through 4th Amendment training every 6 months and detain violent criminals based off a litany of factors. But a Democratic California senator is casting a doubt on that statement, citing Holman's previous comments detailing what ICE agents are looking for.
They're going based on appearance, his words, not mine, based on occupation, his words, not mine, based on accents. What if I was outside of Home Depot, because I like to do some work around the house, not dressed in a suit? Would I be a target of ICE enforcement under Tom Homan? Probably.
Now, this ruling, it comes shortly after Trump's big, beautiful bill was signed into law. The legislation is poised to provide ICE with far larger funds, such as a $45 million endowment for the expansion of its detention centers. Secretary Noem says not only will the White House ignore the federal judge's ruling, it will, quote, continue to take down criminals with even more strength than before. For City News, I'm Karling Donoghue.